So how did Howard Stark get the Vibranium to make Captain America's shield in Captain America the First Avenger? Now, after seeing Black Panther and seeing how rare Vibranium is and how Klaw is the only person to break into Wakanda, I'm really wondering of how Howard Stark got his hands on some Vibranium for Captain America's shield back in the 40s. So of course we're going to be talking about this, and I'm going to be talking about my theory on this. So if you guys want to hear my theory on how Howard Stark got the Vibranium for Captain America's shield in the First Avenger, make sure you guys definitely stay tuned. How's it going, Webheads? My name is Ryan Walsh, and if you guys like the Marvel Cinematic Universe and everything on Captain America, consider subscribing to Webhead for more videos on Captain America and the MCU going forward. I have plenty of videos coming out about it. Definitely turn on that notification bell so you guys can keep up to date with all my latest uploads. I have plenty of videos coming out on my channel. Also, make sure you guys definitely smash that like button if you guys like this video. Of course, comment below your thoughts. How do you guys think Howard Stark got his hands on some Vibranium for Captain America's shield in the First Avenger? I want to hear all of your opinions on this, but with all that out of the way, let's get in the video, Webheads. So now, after seeing the Black Panther movie and seeing how rare Vibranium actually is and how Wakanda is the only country in the entire world that actually has Vibranium, how the heck did Howard Stark get his hands on some Vibranium, and how the heck was he able to make Captain America's shield out of it? And as far as we know, Captain America's shield is 100% Vibranium, so there's no other metals that's mixed in with there. He didn't just get like a small sample. He got enough to make that entire shield. And according to the Black Panther movie, Ulysses Klaw is the only person to actually break into Wakanda and actually get Vibranium out of Wakanda, and actually be the only person to actually bring Vibranium outside of Wakanda. So what does that actually mean for Captain America's shield? Is that actually fully Vibranium? I actually think it is. I don't think there's going to be any more materials that are actually saying that, like, say that Captain America's shield actually isn't going to be fully Vibranium. It's definitely fully Vibranium, but just the big question is, how exactly did Howard Stark get his hands on it? And of course, there's definitely certain ways that he could have gotten his hands on Vibranium, and I'm going to be breaking this down. Now, of course, the first one being, did he actually break into Wakanda and actually steal the Vibranium from Wakanda? Well, Howard Stark actually created the shield in 1945, as far as we know, and that's when he actually gave it to Steve Rogers so that he could stop Hydra and end the Red Skull and end World War II. So that's basically what we know happened so far from the First Avenger. But of course, in the Black Panther movie, as I said before, Ulysses Klaw was the only person to ever break into Wakanda and actually steal some Vibranium. So if that actually is true, this reason could go one of two ways. Either Howard Stark never broke into Wakanda, or he broke in and nobody ever knew that he actually broke in. But given the defense technology that Wakanda actually has, I really doubt that they had no idea that Howard Stark would break into Wakanda and actually steal some Vibranium, and I doubt that even Howard Stark knew about Wakanda, because of course he would definitely tell the American government because he actually worked for them, and he probably would want to go back and take more Vibranium so that he can make more technology out of it and actually use it to its benefit. And he would probably also tell Tony Stark, his son. So I personally think that it's just not possible that he actually broke into Wakanda and actually stole any of the Vibranium himself. And this brings me on to my next reason. Now, did he actually work with Klaw to actually get Vibranium out of Wakanda? Well, that definitely did not happen, because number one, the first time that Klaw actually broke into Wakanda, they knew about it, and that was in the 1990s, as explained in the beginning of the Black Panther movie. So obviously Captain America getting his Vibranium shield is decades before Klaw breaking into Wakanda, so that definitely did not happen. And I don't even think Klaw actually is old enough to actually have lived in the 1940s during World War II. So I think that can be thrown out the window, because that just wouldn't make sense at all and definitely would not add up. And my final reason basically is that at the beginning of Black Panther, when of course it was being explained of how Vibranium was actually brought to Earth and actually crash landed in Wakanda, basically it was by an asteroid. A big old meteorite basically hit the planet, and that's where Vibranium actually came from. It being a giant meteor, obviously pieces were definitely taken off from the meteor as it was burning through the atmosphere, and obviously pieces probably broke off and actually landed in different places in the entire world. So I'm thinking that actually Captain America's shield is actually just a part of the big meteorite that actually crashed on Earth, and that's where the shield actually came from. I think that would make the most sense, and it definitely could still add up with the continuity of Black Panther. Obviously, I think when they were making the First Avenger, they weren't even thinking about Black Panther. The only thing they were thinking about is they were actually making an Easter egg to Wakanda, and we're actually making an Easter egg to Black Panther. I think that's all they really did. They didn't really add it up at that point, so I don't think they really thought about it. And even when they're making Black Panther, I doubt that the creators even thought about this at all, and they probably were just like, well, we can have it all make sense later on, so we don't really need to worry about it right now. So I think that's what they're really thinking, but of course this definitely is the most possible way of actually doing it, so they could actually make it all make sense, and I think that it actually is the best way to do it. Because if Vibranium actually crashed anywhere else other than Wakanda on Earth, probably someone like Howard Stark would actually know about it, because he's probably looking for those kind of rare metals to use so he could actually make different technology with it. Because obviously in Iron Man 2 he basically explains to Tony Stark that he's limited by his technology, but of course his son is not. His son actually can do more than he actually can because of all the technology that's being developed in the future. So that's how I actually think Howard Stark got that Vibranium to make Captain America's shield, and of course that definitely just makes sense with continuity, and I think it's definitely the way it actually happened. But guys, what do you guys think about this? Do you guys think that Howard Stark actually stole the Vibranium from Wakanda and Wakanda didn't know, or do you guys think my theory is actually true? Let me know down in the comments below. I want to hear your opinions about this. But guys, of course, if you guys like this video, make sure you guys definitely smash that like button if you guys like the video. Of course, definitely consider subscribing if you guys like the Marvel Cinematic Universe and you guys like Black Panther and Captain America. I have plenty of videos coming about all of that stuff, and definitely turn on the notification bell if you guys want to keep up to date with all my latest uploads. But guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Bye-bye. Alright, Webheads, if you guys like this video and you guys want to see more, make sure you guys definitely subscribe right over here to Webhead. I have plenty more videos coming out about Black Panther, Vibranium, Captain America, and the MCU going forward. Of course, turn on that notification bell, and of course, check out my social media links in the description below so you guys can follow me on various social media networks, and check out the 2 videos below me. I think you guys would really enjoy. Thank you guys very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Bye-bye.